Oh, wow. This is incredible. Look at this. Now, it said I gotta keep an eye out for something like scales, because there was a scavenger hunt apparently. But look at some people in this game are crazy. Good evening, guys. Netbug here, and we're doing something a little different tonight. One of the first things I wanted to do when I finally got around to playing Minecraft was checking out this amazing server called the Uncensored Library. For those of you who have never heard of this, there are several countries where freedom of the press is challenged, but the trick of this server is in many of those countries, Minecraft itself is not banned. So a group of wonderful and incredibly talented people took the time to basically rewrite a wide variety of banned literature into Minecraft to improve its access. And not only did they write all of this work in, but they made this absolutely crazy library to go with it. Like, I mean, they didn't have to go this hard with it. They could have just gone, oh, hey, let's just put all the books out. They could have, but they did all of this, and I'm carrying something, and I have no idea what it is. Oh, frequently asked questions. Okay. Oh, I could have just gone through this. This explains it better than I could. Minecraft is available even in countries with cyber censorship, so we built this library to provide a platform for censored journalists, connect people around the world, and bring back the truth. The 6 pressure plates will teleport you to their respective hall, which also can be accessed by the 3 corridors leading off the main dome. How do I navigate the Press Freedom Index? Open the book, which can be found in the center of the main dome, and simply click the name of the country to teleport to the book holding information about that specific country. You can find articles in each hall and information about each country's press freedom situation behind its own flag in the dome. This is just... This is absolutely amazing. Took 3 months of building, 5 months including the planning process. The library is made up of over 12.5 million blocks. Library is built by 24 builders from 16 different countries. Can the library be censored? Technically yes, practically no. This library has already been downloaded thousands of times and uploaded on multiple servers. It's spreading quickly worldwide, making it difficult to take down. You can also download the full map and, like, create... If you are somebody with server space who believes in this project, you can download the entire map for yourself. If you believe in what this is doing and worry about it getting taken down, and you have the know-all and technology to build a server, you can, of course, download the map for yourself and also rehost it. Seems like there's quite a few people chilling out here right now. Clue 1. Oh! Is there a scavenger hunt? To begin this task, locate a giant pair of... There's a scavenger hunt! Look at that. I mean, they didn't have to go... This is literally just meant to be an archive for difficult to access information in countries where there is not freedom of the press, or freedom of the press is being squandered. But instead of just making it, oh yeah, we can just put the books out and make little halls, they did not have to go this hard with it. But they did! I haven't even reached the library yet. This is just amazing. For those of you who don't know me very well, by the way, yet, I am just an absolute bibliophile. I own way too many books, more than I take time to read, if I'm honest with myself. Sometimes I feel like I like the idea of reading more than I actually sit down to read. My attention span is not the greatest. But I just love libraries. I spend so much time at them. Probably borrow more books than I should. Okay, there's the library itself. This is all just additional details. Absolutely crazy. I'm used to Animal Crossing rules, so I keep looking at the flowers and, like, fearing walking on them as if you can break anything in here. I'm pretty sure, like, the server's protected from me screwing around with it in any way. This place is so big, it's like I almost wish I had a little Minecraft bicycle or something just to get around, because gracious, it's huge. I really I went into this thinking, oh, this will probably be a pretty short stream tonight. We're just gonna check out this map. I grossly underestimated how big and elaborate Teleport to Dome. Okay. So there are teleporters to help get you around, and these are like the specific... Wow. So, okay. I am not even going to dare say country names until I find the little plaques that give the information, because I'm going to very quickly reveal my failure at geography if I do. You can also use warp teleport to quickly get there from anywhere on the map. What in the... Holy... The Uncensored Library. Look at this must be a map, and these must be color-coded based on the states of journalist censorship. Oh, and this is something I thought was going to be interesting. Everybody kind of tends to take for granted, oh, America's the freedom place, but we're in yellow, and I get a feeling there's going to be something interesting to be said about that. The Press Freedom Index. Let's look at... Whoa! So I guess I just found my way to the Dome. Apparently this is the Dome. Okay, so this is ranked, I'm guessing. This is ranked by journalistic freedom. Of course, North Korea would be at the bottom. Let's get to the top. World Press Freedom Index 2020. Find books by clicking the name of the country you want to teleport to. Press freedom ranking from 1 to 8. That is a sorry state of affairs. Alright, let's learn about our country a little bit. United States of America, Press Freedom Index, ranked 45 from 180. Press freedom in the United States continued to suffer during President Donald Trump's third year in office. Arrests, physical assaults, public... Yeah, it is kind of a sorry state of affairs in the United States at the moment, not to get too preachy. You know, I keep going, not to be too political, but one of these days I just need to accept that I am a political person. I'm getting too old not to be a political person. Everybody has political opinions. It's almost a little scarier not to. None of this is really news to me, but it's still kind of painful to read. Anybody got any, like, specific requests of any particular countries they want to find out about? This will become a bit of a depressing stream, but, well, we knew what we were signing up for when we came in here. I want to learn about Japan, because I'm a weeb. Like, yeah. Oh! Oh, wow, that was higher than I thought. Oh, those are literally clouds! My good gracious. Okay. Oh, yikes. Yeah, okay, I can take this. Just take the book with me so I don't have to constantly wander around. You're in New Zealand. Okay, I'll check out... I also see a request for North Korea. I'll check out New Zealand and North Korea next. World's third biggest economic power, Japan's monarchy in general respects the principle of media pluralism, but journalists find it hard to fully play their role in democracy's watchdog because of the influence of tradition and business interests. Journalists have been complaining of a climate of mistrust towards them ever since Shinzo Abe became prime minister again in 2012. The system of reporters clubs continues to discriminate against freelancers and foreign reporters. On social networks, nationalist groups harass journalists who are critical of government or cover anti-patriarch subjects, such as Fukushima Daiichi nuclear disaster and the U.S. military presence in Okinawa. The government continues to refuse any debate about law protecting specially designated secrets, under which whistleblowers, journalists, and bloggers face up to 10 years prison if convicted of publishing information obtained illegally. So, some of that is law, but some of that is also just... I hadn't thought about the way that culture can also impact whether or not journalism is technically censored, because there's the obvious of, oh, well, people are getting arrested for reporting things, but I hadn't thought about the way that just a culture of you shouldn't. Yeah, also, yeah, probably some of the highest ranked countries too would be interesting, like, is it just gonna be, let's like kind of slowly work down the list. Is Norway just gonna be, nope, it's fine here. Yeah, Norway seems to, every time I see like rankings of world stuff, it seems like Norway's the place to be. Like, they have so much good going for them. apparently. Nevertheless, the government has recently mandated a commission to conduct a comprehensive review of the freedom of speech. Its members are asked to consider measures to promote the broadest possible participation in the public debate and means to hamper. So, not only are they the top of the cream of the crop, the top of the journalistic freedom pile, but they actually just put in an initiative to make sure that they have enough freedom of the press. Norway's just flexing over here. And they have like a yearly threat assessment. So Norway is not only doing its best, but they're always out there like, are we sure that we're doing the best of anybody? Let's just double check that. New Zealand, right there, so you guys are doing pretty good, it looks like. 9 out of 180. The press is free in New Zealand, but its independence and pluralism are often undermined by the profit imperative of media groups trying to cut costs to detriment of good journalism. So, oh, there's a lot I could say about media groups trying to cut costs to the detriment of good journalism. That's a bit of a problem everywhere. So, how many times have you been, like, on your phone, and it's recommending news articles to you, and there are all these, I'm gonna go off about this. I get so many recommendations of news articles to me on my phone, nerd ones. They'll, like, make an entire article out of, like, this one piece of fan art somebody made, and it's just, like, if I was gonna make an article out of fan art, I would just make sure to list a lot of them, share several cool ones, but it's like, they'll do, like, local fan artist does this cosplay of this one character, and it's like 1,000 words on just that single cosplay. It's not an interview or anything, it's just 1,000 words, navel-gazing, writing a 3-article introduction about this, or worse, somebody will say, you'll get like, a creator saying, it would be really nice for me to continue my show that got canceled, and you'll get a bunch of, garbage media websites going, he wants to continue it! Local creator has plans for continuing this and this! And it's like, he doesn't have any, he would just like to. Most creators have more ideas for their content after it's canceled. That doesn't mean there's a snowball's chance it's happening. The creator of El Tigre actually just pointed out one of these, because one day he said, oh, it would be nice to continue El Tigre. No duh, it'd be nice to continue El Tigre. It got canceled very quickly, and so a news media picked it up as like, creator has plans to continue El Tigre, and he was like, whoa, this is news to me, and a bunch of other animators and people in the industry were replying with, hey, are you looking for a storyboard artist? And it just spiraled into this pile of snark. The ending of the story explained, the ending of Avengers Endgame explained, and it's like, there is no need for an article to explain the ending of Avengers Endgame. Unless you really weren't paying attention at any point during the movie. Anyways, that's my soapbox. It really feels like these days it's all about the clicks. And it's becoming a problem. I guess I'm still on my soapbox. Guys, it's a difficult time in the world right now, and there's a lot of journalists and news portals that frankly don't care about your mental health. They don't care if their headlines and the way that they word things makes them scarier or gives misinformation or hurts people. They don't. Just make sure that you're getting all the information you can. You know, make sure you're getting all the information. Learn what the articles are actually saying before you freak out when you see headlines, because these media websites, they don't care about your mental health or about telling the truth. They just want fear clicks. I'm not saying there's nothing scary going on in the world right now. I'm not trying to deny the weight of the situation, but also just make sure you're taking care of yourselves, okay, guys? Make sure you're getting the facts. New Zealand's pretty high, it looks like, other than just dealing with the same issues that a lot of online media is dealing with and owning a lot of those media groups in particular. Let's see the index again. I don't know where Israel would be on here, and of course I'm too much of an idiot to look down at the map and find it perfectly. I think I know where it is. Oh man, this is one big netbug sucks at geography video, because I am like the worst at finding countries on the map. And it's not like one of those haha, stupid American doesn't know the rest of the world. I can't find some states on the map. The Israeli media are free to be outspoken, which is rare in the Middle East. Nonetheless, despite the existence of independent media, journalists are exposed to open hostility from members of the government. Smear campaigns have been waged against media outlets and journalists by politicians with the help of their party and supporters, exposing the targets to harassment and anonymous messages and forcing them to seek personal protection. Journalists have also been subjected to military censorship orders banning coverage of certain subjects and private sector lawsuits designed to gag them. Because of self-censorship, there is little to no coverage of the reality of life in the Palestinian territories. Foreign freelancers often have difficulty obtaining or renewing accreditation. The Israeli Defense Forces often violate the rights of Palestinian journalists, especially when they are covering demonstrations or clashes in the West Bank or Gaza Strip. 2 Palestinian journalists were killed in IDF snipers and dozens were wounded while covering the March of Return protests in the Gaza Strip in 2018. Many other journalists have been wounded while covering the protests that have been repeated every week since then in the West Bank. The IDF have used live rounds. Oof. Knowing what I know about the Middle East, I'm gonna start at the bottom, and there it is. Oh! Oh, hey, we're, like, on the top area now. I just wanna... Ooh! Area 174 out of 180. The risk of arrest, abduction, or death make journalism extremely dangerous and difficult in Syria. At least 10 journalists were killed in 2018, of whom 3 were victims of murders in unclear circumstances that were never solved. The updating of civil registers have confirmed that 5 journalists also died in recent years while held in Bashar al-Assad's jails. Since the start of 2018, dozens of journalists have had to flee the advance of government troops, especially into the southwestern. I am so sorry if I completely botch any of these names. Ghouta and Daraa regions, because they feared arrest. Journalists are targets of intimidation by all parties to the conflict, by Syrian military and its allies, as well as the various armed opposition groups, including Turkish-backed forces, Kurdish forces, and radical Islamist groups such as the Islamic State and I am going to botch some of these. Hayat Tahrir al-Sham. After Korea, can you look at one more that's higher up on the list, because this is making me sad? Yeah, I kind of want to look at Italy, and that one didn't seem too far low, so I'll check that out. I'll also look at some of the other high up ones. It sort of gives you, like, a sense of... We have so many problems right now, but it's also... We still have a certain amount of freedom and access to things, you know? And I try to appreciate that every day. That's part of what I love about libraries and projects like this in particular. I feel like projects like this really cement libraries, to me, as their core purpose. To me, as corny as it sounds, libraries are the most important element of... like, one of the most important elements of democracy. Because anybody can go into them and access the same information, regardless of their wealth, their status, who they are. It's not perfect, obviously, because there's libraries in some areas that do not receive as much funding, so obviously there is still some inequality there, especially in neighborhoods with lower incomes. But anybody who can get to a library can access this information. And there's no way to be able to access more. You can't pay to access more. You can't, like, there's no tiers to who can access what. It's all there for anybody. And to me, that's just such an important thing. Alright. North Korea. 180 out of 180. Kim Jong-un, since 2012, North Korea's totalitarian regime continues to keep its citizens in a state of ignorance. The widespread adoption of mobile phones, including smartphones, has been accompanied by technical measures that provide the regime with almost complete control over communications and files transmitted over the national internet. North Koreans can still be sent to concentration camps for viewing, reading, or listening to content provided by a media outlet based outside of the country. The Korean Central News Agency is the only permitted source of official news for the country's other media. Obstinately, the Korean authorities are displaying greater flexibility towards the international media, allowing more foreign reporters to cover official events. In September 2016, Agence France Presse even opened a bureau in partnership with KCNA, as the Associated Press already did in 2012. In reality, the regime continues to exercise meticulous control of the information available to the foreign media. Have you ever seen the stuff about North Korean cartoons? I am scared to ask. That's something I'll probably look that up after. Oof, yeah, they're all propaganda. That's not surprising. That's something I might look up after the stream if I have the mental energy after all of this. Maybe on another day, because this is a lot of heavy stuff. Alright, let's look at something. I'm really interested in Germany in particular. Let's check out Germany. Germany is high up on the index. Strong constitutional guarantees, but pressure from the right. Solid constitutional guarantees and independent judiciary ensure a favorable environment for journalists in Germany. The Constitutional Court has consistently ruled in defense of press freedom. However, extremist and hostile demonstrations have threatened, harassed, or even physically attacked journalists. While the bulk of such violations is attributable to the far right, a few also emanate from radical leftists. I mean, that makes sense. Germany is in a much better place than it was, but, I mean, with its history, I would be shocked if it didn't have some political issues still going on. That would be... I would almost be scared if they were claiming that there weren't any political issues in Germany, because that place has quite the colorful history. Alright, we've checked out a lot of... I want to go back to the top, just so that I can, see if I can jump off that thing, because I'm curious, and I know that I can just go anywhere. Whee! After falling and dying so many times, I can't help it. And I get a feeling the books are this way too, so this is not the intended way to go around the building. Oh no, I'm stuck! I should probably just for once explore like a regular person. So what is this room? Was the octopus in Russia's... I'm hearing conversations that make me want to go other places. Like, there's an octopus in Russia's room. Alright, what we got here? Fly? The floating blocks reveal the message when you stand behind the... Fly. I can fly? I have... Oh, right, it's creative mode. I technically have access to freaking everything. Not that I can use it here. Look at all this stuff. Nether gold... This is all stuff I don't even know anything about. I haven't actually found the readable books yet. I see many bookshelves. Let's see. Ha! Cool. Oh! Oh! Oh, that's much easier. You know, though, it might be easier, but I'm in no rush, and it's kind of more fun to walk around this place like an actual library. Yep. Oh! Here we go. Ooh. Look at... Okay, now I know where I'm going. Recent newsroom. Teleport to the recent newsroom. You have to follow a bunch of clues in order to reach a hidden golden pressure plate. First clue can be found... It's a So the recent newsroom is a scavenger hunt. Huh. Scales, it said. I remember the clue was scales. I'm still a little confused about how to navigate this place. Like, I've been looking around, and... Freedom. So there's, like, specific rooms for specific countries. But how many... I wish that I could fly up and get a better view of this place, I suppose, because I don't know exactly how big it is or where I'm going. Also, this is a really good way to view all of this. This dome is so cool. I think I want to go on I think that from here, we're gonna go on a scavenger hunt to see if we can find the recent newsroom. Locate a giant pair of scales. Is this one of the... Is this about the flags? Is this a flag thing? Does this have to do with the flags? Because I just realized I just signed up for a geography scavenger hunt. Oh, that's a giant cage in the middle. Okay. Yep. Alright. Oh yeah, right, that is Saudi Arabia's flag. I'm gonna look at all the flags as I go and try to remember them just a little bit better than I have. Oh, okay, these are... articles in English. These are articles in English, and they're in a huge cage. That is... Press buttons for disc. My books quickly. Oh, no, that's me. What? I don't know what these are. Stop those, though. Is this like... I don't quite understand what these are. Maybe pair of scales doesn't have to do with the flags. Maybe it has to do with something in the room. Wait! Pair of scales! I was thinking of, like, fish scales or something, but I think what I'm looking for is, like, the scales of justice. Because that sounds like something very fitting with the freedom and liberty and justice-y themes of... So, I think I'm looking for a scale of justice. Or something like that. I need to stop that, but... Wonder what's with the music. It is faster to fly a little bit. Oh my gosh. Vietnam, every one of these has this metaphor to it. The Labyrinth of Truth, wow. There's this area up here. These are pretty. Most people aren't even gonna go up to these, like... I just find the amount of detail put into just the architecture of this place absolutely crazy. Wait, we're in Mexico. Alright. I should at least be able to tell Mexico's flag at a glance. Yes, that would be Mexico. Thank you, failing geography. I don't know my own neighbor's flag. This is it! This is a pair of scales. I didn't notice this the first time I was in here. I wasn't sure what this was. Bingo. Okay, do I have to go on top of the scales to find it? There! Haha! Clue 2. Fountain protected by horses nearest to the sun. I mean, I'm assuming that the sun does not move in this build. We've been here quite a long time, and I haven't seen the sunset or anything. So I'm guessing it's this way. Well, that is, physically, the fountain closest to... There's this lovely park out here. This is very pretty. There's another fountain over here. I don't see horses protecting either of them. Japan's flag is a sun, yes, but I don't think Japan has its own room. Well, let's just visit the rooms I haven't been to before, because that would... Well... We already know that Vietnam is like... Oh, I can just go like this, too. I didn't know that. I can, like, not completely stop floating, but just float right above it, and it goes faster. I mean, Mexico is on the equator. This is also the same direction as the actual sun, so this is the direction we came. Oh! New recipe unlocked! Check your recipe book! Yes, thank you, I can build a boat. Except I can't here. I've been to Russia, but I thought there was already... What on earth is this? Huh? Okay, I can breathe underwater here as long as I want to, so what is going on with the Russia room? This is in binary. This is in binary. That is definitely in binary. I don't think I'm in the right place, but I want to look around anyway. I'm not trying to break it, I just wanted to see if it did anything. Is that like an eyeball? Why is there a giant octopus in the Russia room? Data Kraken simulates Russia's immense effort to control the internet systematically. Sovereign internet law. Yikes. I did just see a clue, though. And maybe that's cheating, but you know what? Oh, wow. This is way ahead. You know what? That's fine. I was completely... Somebody smarter than me got this in the... No, wait, what am I saying? Someone smarter than me. I am smarter because I found the clues without the information. I am like a psychic. This was definitely... I came straight here knowing that I'd find a clue here. Absolutely.